Hi there, welcome to the second annual Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association and Seabee Historical Foundation Awards Ceremony. My name is Sal Paolantonio. I'm a national correspondent for ESPN, and it's great to be back. I had a great time last year, and it is a great honor for ESPN to support and acknowledge America's veterans. I have shared this story before, but it's worth repeating. A young man from New York named Anthony Pitaro went off to Vietnam and joined the Seabees in the 1960s. He served 2 tours in Vietnam, came home, and created a beautiful family and sent his son, James Anthony, to Cornell University and then on to law school. He now goes by Jimmy Pitaro, and he's my boss. Jimmy Pitaro is the president of ESPN, and Jimmy and I have become good friends. So my connection to the Seabees, as you can see, is very personal. And my connection to the Navy, of course, is quite profound. Before becoming a reporter, I served as a surface warfare officer on 2 ships in the Pacific Fleet. We supervised the rescue of Vietnamese refugees in the South China Sea, and we were involved in some pretty heavy anti-submarine warfare in the Indian Ocean. I did 3 Westpac tours out of San Diego, San Francisco, and Pearl Harbor. And I'm still involved in many, many causes for veterans, including American Corporate Partnership, which mentors members of the military as they transition into civilian life. And this has been some of the most rewarding work that I have ever done in my life. So my stake in this event is very personal. I want to see members of the military and veterans thrive and flourish and grow. And as you're viewing this video, there are 11,000 Seabees standing the watch around the world. Think about that for a second. Right now, 11,000 Seabees around the world. Some are in harm's way. Many are deployed away from their families, and all of them are patriotic volunteers. And for the next 20 minutes, let's all come together, pause our busy lives to recognize and celebrate 4 extraordinary individuals and a corporation for their professional accomplishments, courageous acts, and of course, their generosity. 2 nonprofits are hosting this event, so let's take a minute and recognize them. First is the Seabee Historical Foundation, which proudly preserves, promotes, and perpetuates the rich heritage of the U.S. Navy Seabee Military Construction Force and the Civil Engineer Corps. The second is the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association, which provides 2- and 4-year scholarships to career technical schools and colleges. Children and grandchildren of Seabees are eligible for the scholarships. And before we begin the award presentations and announce our winners, we have 2 phenomenal speakers. And I'm the lucky guy who gets to introduce them both. Our first speaker is simply amazing. Wait until you hear this bio. It's my honor to introduce Ms. Mary Ann Davidson, the Chief Security Officer of Oracle, who's responsible for Oracle's software security assurance. She represents Oracle on the board of directors of the Information Technology, Information Sharing, and Analysis Center, and serves on the international board of the Information Systems Security Association. Mary Ann has a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from the University of Virginia and a Master's of Business Administration from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. Even with all those accolades and overachievements, this next sentence is my favorite part of her official Oracle executive biography. She received the Navy Achievement Medal when she served as a commissioned officer in the U.S. Navy Civil Engineer Corps. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Security Officer of Oracle was a Seabee officer. Mary Ann, thank you for your service, and thanks so much for joining us from the Pacific Northwest.
Thank you, Sal, for the introduction. I am so delighted to be part of this wonderful event. I'm especially pleased to be able to say to you all, as I've said so many times in my career, that everything I learned about leadership, I learned in the Navy. And serving in the CEC, and especially the Seabees, was an amazing honor and a privilege. Just to tell you one story, I believe my sister Diane and I were the first two female officers in construction battalions. We got those jobs because a friend of ours was a captain in the reserves, but also a big kahuna at NAVFAC, his civilian job. He detailed us to staffs of a naval construction regiment, but cross-assigned us to billets in two reserve battalions. Women, I note, were not supposed to hold those jobs at that time. In the spirit of Seabee's can-do, my sister took on, as the ops officer for her battalion, field exercises with active duty Marines. My sister, I am very proud to say, beat the Marines. How did she do it, you ask? She smuggled in night vision scopes, which were technically against the rules of engagement. She saw the Marines coming in the dark, redeployed her defenses, and wiped them. As she noted, rules? There are no rules. This is war. I think she taught the Marines a really valuable lesson. Never underestimate a Seabee, or my sister, but I knew that lesson already. Despite the fact that I've been at Civlant, that is civilian life, for a long time now, I still use the many lessons I learned while in the CEC and in the Seabees. My team inevitably gets a construction analogy when I'm talking about the importance of building it right the first time, a lesson very applicable to cybersecurity. To this day, I truly appreciate the skill of really good tradesmen in construction, masons, electricians, welders, watching someone do a wheelie on a front-end loader. Okay, I made that last one up. And I especially treasure the can-do attitude that I have adopted in a way when I tell my team, as I often do, we've solved harder problems. I use those Navy lessons learned often and will continue to do so as I work with many veterans, and we truly are a band of brothers and sisters. Thank you all for your service, for your amazing accomplishments, in many cases under extreme duress, and for being the embodiment of construimus faciumus. Last, but really first, I want to congratulate all the winners. Bravo Zulu to you all.
Great words of wisdom, Marianne. Thank you. Now, I first met our next speaker in October of 2018. His father was a Master Chief in the Navy. He commanded a Seabee battalion in Iraq. He was the Commodore of a Seabee readiness group, and his first assignment as a flag officer was Commander, Naval Facilities Engineering Systems Command, Pacific and Fleet Civil Engineering, U.S. Pacific Fleet. He has proudly served the Seabees and our nation for 35 years. It's my honor to introduce Rear Admiral John Corca, the 45th Commander of Naval Facilities Engineering Systems Command, the Chief of Civil Engineers, but most importantly, the King Bee.
Thank you, Sal. It's always an honor to be introduced by a well-known ESPN commentator, especially one from the Philadelphia area. I'm the father of two Nova grads who witnessed two national championships. I'm here at the Navy's oldest shore establishment, the Washington Navy Yard. This space has evolved from a shipbuilding center to an ordnance plant and now is home to the headquarters of many Navy commands. I stand at the center of Sanger Quadrangle, the quarterdeck of the Navy's Civil Engineer Corps and the Naval Facilities Engineering Systems Command. Today's ceremony is a fitting opportunity to recognize the common connection of service, hard work, and compassion for others, as we remember the past, acknowledge the present, and fulfill our collective responsibility of investing in the future. As such, I would first like to thank the Seabee Historical Foundation for their service and all the hard work that goes into preserving the rich heritage of our Navy Civil Engineer Corps and Seabee communities. Your passion for honoring our history and educating many is well represented by the Seabee Museum in Port Hueneme, where we just celebrated the museum's 10th anniversary earlier this year. I'm amazed at how far the Seabee Museum has come, from modest Quonset huts to an impressive facility that showcases the heroic accomplishments of Seabees from their humbling beginnings to present day. Likewise, I would like to thank the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association for exemplifying the Seabee legacy of compassion for others through your investment into our future. Your scholarships provide well-deserved opportunities to the family members of current and former Navy Civil Engineer Corps officers and Seabees, young and stellar citizens who have worked extremely hard and gone above and beyond on the scholastic front. Thank you for extending your gracious hand to so many young adults pursuing their academic dreams. Most importantly, I offer a hearty congratulations to the 128 new scholarship awardees. You are embarking on a new journey during unique and very challenging times, fraught with uncertainty and where the new normal is still evolving. However, there is no need to be alarmed. As a member of the Seabee family, you have a special can-do DNA that will energize you when your spirit is weak and motivate you when times are tough. Like Seabees, each of you will accomplish great feats as you pave the way for your academic quest, and I wish you all the best. From where I stand, I believe this virtual celebration crystallizes that the Seabee can-do spirit is alive and well. Congratulations to all, and again, thank you to the Seabee Historical Foundation and the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association, and to your leadership for upholding and honoring our proud Seabee legacy. Sal, back over to you.
Thank you, Admiral Corca. We're grateful for your leadership of our Seabees and the Navy's shore establishment, and as always, providing motivational words for our winners. Now we're going to get down to business with the presentation of our 5 awards. Our first award is named in honor of the Seabee Historical Foundation's longest-serving chairman, Rear Admiral Ben Montoya. The Montoya Award is given to an individual or a company who has provided overwhelming support to the preservation of the Seabee legacy. And I'm very pleased to present the 2021 Montoya Award to Rear Admiral Bill Heine. Bill and his company, American Constructors, have been a critical supporter of both the Seabee Historical Foundation and the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association. Now, when Bill founded his company 40 years ago, he made philanthropy a key aspect of the company's culture. And today, American Constructors continues that tradition by donating a significant portion of their earnings each year to educational foundations and local nonprofits in the West Texas area, with an emphasis on the organizations in which employees are involved. Bill, you have graciously shared your time, your treasure, and your talent for over 4 decades to benefit our nation's veteran community. Thank you so, so much. The world would be a much better place if we had more Bill Heines. I'm pleased to present you with the prestigious Rear Admiral Ben Montoya Award.
Thank you, Sal. Very honored to receive the Ben Montoya Award. I knew him on active duty and then later in the reserves. We served about the same time. I started out at the Naval Academy in 1958. I had some duty in Hawaii and so forth and all, and Vietnam was cooking up, and I said, well, that's where I want to go. And they offered me a couple different options, and I said, I'll go with the Navy Seabees. I shipped over to Vietnam initially, and it was in Da Nang, and we had a wonderful tour. I went back to Homeport and Gulfport, and then shipped out again, this time to Dong Ha. I stayed in for a full 10 years active duty, and got a bug to go do something different. But I said, okay, I'll start a construction company. So I started American Constructors. So now at 81, I'm just enjoying life and have a place in Rhode Island where Yolanda, my wife, and I go in the summertime. I have a sailboat, and I'm back in Austin, Texas. So, hoorah, go Seabees. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill. You truly are a great American. Our next award is the Fighting Seabee Award. It is presented to an enlisted Seabee that has made the most outstanding contribution in perpetuating the accomplishments and traditions of the Seabees, past, present, and future. The name of the award reflects the hard work and dedication of the men and women of the U.S. Navy Seabees. The 2021 Fighting Seabee is presented to Steelworker, First Class Petty Officer, Seabee Combat Warfare Qualified, Rule Sawyer from the Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 4. The citation nominating rule for this award is pretty long. There's so much this Seabee has achieved, but one part of the citation stands out. Give me a minute. I just want to read this. I think it's important for you to hear this. Petty Officer Sawyer consistently stands head and shoulders above his peers as the consummate military professional. He ranks amongst the most tactically proficient Seabees in the Naval Construction Force. The depth of his technical knowledge, coupled with his charismatic leadership style, makes him a consistent frontrunner for only the toughest assignments. As a result of his exceptional leadership, sound judgment, he is consistently entrusted with the responsibilities typically reserved for a seasoned chief petty officer. For example, during the battalion's recent deployment to the Pacific, Petty Officer Sawyer was the only non-chief petty officer to be selected for an officer in charge detail leadership position. He brilliantly oversaw the planning and execution of $1.6 million of projects in Diego Garcia. It's pretty obvious that Rule is writing a few new chapters of the legacy of the Seabees. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sal. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive this award. I am so honored to have the hard work of my detachment and command recognized by the Seabee Historical Foundation. This accomplishment is not something that I did alone, and there are many others who deserve to share in this award. I'd like to thank my skipper, Captain Brown, and all the NMC-4 leaders who trusted me to lead my detachment. To the chiefs and first class mess for their guidance and words of wisdom along the way. To my crew for their hard work and long hours to complete our time-critical project early with zero safety mishaps. I would also like to thank my wife Amanda and family for their love and support throughout this and many other deployments throughout my career. Last but not least, I'd like to thank the Seabee Historical Foundation and the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association for offering recognition and support to the many hardworking Seabees throughout the years. Thanks again.
Our third award is the Everyday Hero Award. The winner is selected based on proven exceptional performance with a significant impact in the local community, on or off duty. This year, we had a very competitive group of exceptional sailors that were nominated by their commands. The winner is Construction Electrician First Class Seabee Combat Warfare and Expeditionary Warfare Qualified Aaron Trotter from Naval Special Warfare Group 1 Logistics Support Unit. Aaron selflessly devoted over 120 hours supporting the Youth Assistance Coalition in San Diego. The organization's mission is to assist local youths in breaking the cycle of homelessness. Pretty special. Directly impacting the lives of 1,850 minors, his extraordinary efforts included, now get this, providing meals, water, mentoring, and outreach. Aaron personally identified potential programs that best suited the unique scenario of each at-risk youth. Aaron's logistical coordination talents were instrumental in providing transportation for legal representation, educational opportunities, and assistance to reintegrate into society. Aaron's altruistic dedication to the youth of San Diego living without shelter and the necessary resources required for a healthy lifestyle clearly went beyond the normal and had an immeasurable impact on the population of Southern California. What an inspiring story. Aaron, you're truly to be congratulated. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sal. I would like to start off by saying that I'm truly honored to be the recipient of the Everyday Hero Award. Back when I started volunteering, I never really expected to be recognized like this, and it sort of feels unreal. I would like to personally thank the Seabee Historical Foundation and the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association for putting on this event and recognizing us Seabees. To my leadership, thank you for nominating me. I wouldn't be the Seabee I am today if it wasn't for the great mentors I've had here on the ground at Log Sioux in my previous commands. To the Youth Assisted Coalition, it has been an honor volunteering with you guys. I am proud to be a part of the team. Through our efforts, we seek to break the pattern of homelessness through making a positive connection with youth. Seeing the positive impact YAC has had on the local community motivated me to get involved, and it's made me a better person. Thank you.
Boy, that is one impressive CB who truly represents the best of the best. Now, the Can Do Award is presented each year to a company for embodying the CB Can Do spirit through its generous support of the CBs. This award has been previously presented to ACOM, Parsons, Huntington Ingalls, and Clark Construction. We are pleased to present the 2021 Can Do Award to ECC. Now, ECC delivers design, build, construction, environmental remediation, disaster recovery, energy, international development solutions to complex challenges facing governments and commercial organizations all over the world. They are currently rebuilding Camp Lejeune, North Carolina after Hurricane Florence. ECC has recently provided an extremely meaningful gift to both SMSA and SHF to further their support of CB families and, of course, the CB legacy. The 2021 SMSA Can Do Award is being accepted by ECC's chairman, Paul Saberwall.
Can do. With willing hearts and skillful hands. The difficult they do at once, the impossible takes a bit longer. Can do. With compassion for others, they build, they fight for peace with freedom. They are the Seabees. These statements taken from the Seabee Memorial reflect the values of the Seabees and perfectly symbolize the nature of Seabees as can-do builders who not only fight, but also deliver aid and service any place, anytime. To summarize, they do whatever it takes. And of course, these values of can-do service are transferred into all of us whom are fortunate enough to work alongside or support the Seabees. In our own way, some of the ECC core values of friendship, people, safety, and service set us up to provide that same can-do whatever it takes approach. Whether serving our clients or communities, we seek to do so with pride and extraordinary results, supporting organizations that benefit communities and humankind. In our history, we have often crossed paths with remarkable Seabees, supported Seabee units, and hired Seabee veterans in many different roles, and learned from them along the way. Currently, we are providing Seabees a strategic skills program with in-the-field construction experience on a China Lake project. The Seabees from Port Hueneme are participating in this program, gaining valuable knowledge, working alongside industry, trade, and craft construction professionals. Both the Seabee Historical Foundation and the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association are organizations that espouse the values that ECC hopes to model. We are honored to be able to provide them this assistance so that their programs and people can continue to support our U.S. Navy Seabees. Sal, thank you so much for this award.
Congratulations to ECC and thank you very much. Our final award was established in 1996. The Distinguished Scholar Award was created to recognize the excellence and achievements that many SMSA scholarship recipients have exhibited in their professional careers. It's my pleasure to congratulate Dr. Renee Hamill. Dr. Hamill's CB sponsorship for her scholarship was her father, Master Chief Roger Hamill. How cool is that? Who served with the Naval Construction Battalion Unit 422. Dr. Hamill earned 2 bachelor's degrees from Virginia Tech in 2005. She received a Doctor of Physical Therapy from Elon University in 2008. She's a licensed neurological physical therapist and assistant professor in the Department of Physical Therapy at High Point University. And her research has been groundbreaking and very important. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Renee Hamill.
Thank you, Sal. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for being awarded the Distinguished Scholar Award from the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association. Receiving this scholarship as an undergraduate allowed me the opportunity to explore what education really meant to me and to be able to find my spark. I really got that work ethic from my dad, Roger Hamill. He served at the Seabees for 23 years, and he always instilled in us that the difficult we can do immediately, but the impossible takes a little bit longer. That is still the journey I'm on today as I continue my career and my education moving forward. Thank you again.
Congratulations to the award recipients. I'm sure watching this has made you proud of your connection to the Seabees, the United States Navy, and our great nation. It has sure made me very proud. This was truly a stellar group of honorees, and I hope to be able to join you again and at some point in the future, hopefully at an in-person award celebration. We all love that dinner. I encourage all our viewers to stay connected to the SMSA and SHF and visit their websites. Follow them on Facebook and Twitter. I do. And please consider making a gift to the Seabee Memorial Scholarship Association or the Seabee Historical Foundation, or both. Get out that checkbook, write a check. It's important work. Thank you again for watching this presentation, and congratulations to all the winners. Hoorah, Seabees!